And this is the time at which each month we get to talk to Kristen Kaler from IUP Lively Arts. And Kristen, good morning. You brought a couple of guests with you today.
Good morning. I did. I'm very excited to have Holly Boda Sutton with me from IUP Dance Theater and Brian Jones from IUP's Department of Theater.
Mm-hmm. And Holly's going to dance for us. And Brian,
yes, she is. She's very good, by the way.
He's going to act because that's what he does. He acts out.
And I'm going to enjoy it and administrate because that's what I do.
That's what you do?
I'm a theater appreciation person, and I try to administrate stuff. So let's go IUP.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Let's talk to Holly and Brian. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Todd.
It's good to have you both in the studios with us. Brian, we talk to you all the time. I'm going to save you for a second if that's okay.
I think that's fine.
All right, let's talk to Holly here. I'm getting all kinds of texts here. So that's the auxiliary beep that you hear there, Holly. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's talk dance at IUP.
Okay, great.
What you got coming up?
Well, we have a really exciting season this year. It is our 25th anniversary of the IUP Dance Theater, and we are blessed with the opportunity to have both of our productions be with live music this year, which is a gift for us. Our fall show is Henri Rousseau, Tales of the Tropics, and Henri Rousseau is a famous French artist, and we have selected several of his famous tropics paintings. And we will be starting with a stage size projection of his paintings, which within the dancers are embedded. And as the painting fades out, the dancers tell the story of that painting.
Oh.
And we're blessed to have the composing of Dr. David Martinek, whose original idea is the concept for the production, and he's composing all of the beautiful music that we get to use for that production. And then in the spring, we're going a little bit quirky. We're retelling the story of Cinderella, but we're doing it in conjunction with the IUP Percussion Ensemble.
Okay.
So again, live music. And we're taking the story of Cinderella, and we're juxtaposing it into the high fashion world, kind of sans Devil Wears Prada. But we're setting it to the sounds of classical rock.
Oh, wow.
So
that's rather ambitious.
Fun.
There's a whole bunch of different angles there, aren't there?
A little bit of juxtaposition of everything, I think.
A venue have been chosen yet?
Yes. The fall show is in Zinc, or the Zinc Auditorium, and the spring show is in Fisher Auditorium, because it will be a full pit.
I think Zinc's auditorium is one of those little gems that people don't really know all that much about at IUP, right?
It's very intimate and very wonderful.
Yeah.
It has restrictions, so that's why most people don't know about it. And plus, we hog it up a lot with rehearsals and stuff like that. But it is our home, and it is the home of the IUP Dance Theater, and we love it, and we take very good care of it, thanks to Brian. So.
Oh, yeah. Tell me a little bit about the size of the casts. And
the IUP Dance Theater is by audition only, and every year we'll cast between 20 to 22 dancers, and they are the cast for the entire year. They have required company class Monday and Wednesday and additional rehearsals on Tuesday and Thursday and some weekends. So in addition to our two major productions, we're doing what we call ancillary productions. So, for example, we've already rehearsed and have ready for October the Museum Gala performance that we'll be doing. We have a piece that we'll be doing at a convention. So we're always working on little pieces that are done in the community and elsewhere as we're working on our large productions at the same time.
And as we're thinking about IUP Dance Theater, we're not necessarily talking about people who have gone to college with the idea that I'm going to be a professional dancer.
Most of them are not. We have an interdisciplinary dance arts degree, so you have to combine dance with a secondary area to prepare you for all those other jobs and careers in the dance field that most people don't know about, like dance historian, dance anthropologist, dance therapist, dance educator. So we really don't focus on just the performer and choreographer. We focus on all those other jobs. But what I did want to say is what's exciting about this year is since it's our 25th anniversary, we're including and bringing back, both in performance and in choreography, as many of our alumni from the dance theater as we can get a hold of that want to commit to the rehearsal schedule and can make it work, geographically.
Sure.
So.
Wow. I think that whole aspect of it is what makes it even more impressive that IUP Dance Theater is so strong.
Thank you.
Yeah. So shows in the fall and the spring?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Now let's talk to this guy over here. Hey, look, it's Brian Jones.
Hey, Todd.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing just great. How about yourself?
I'm just lovely. Just lovely. Okay, so what's going on? You got a big anniversary here?
We do. It's the 40th anniversary of theater at IUP. It emerged from the Department of English 4 decades ago, led by faculty, some of whom are still with us. Don Eisen has retired years ago, but we still stay in touch, and he's holding a big alumni event in Washington, D.C. During the summer. And I hope to get together with a lot of our alumni at that event and other places to bring them in for the Acorn Project in March. March 2nd, one of the things that we try to do in every season is something that features work by, often produced by, sometimes written by our students. And this year we're going to bring in alumni and faculty work as well, and just hold a real incubator festival there in March. It started many, many years ago with something called 30,000 Words. It was it grew up like a mushroom in the department, and the people who were there tell me an awful lot about the fun they had, the 24-hour marathons of theater creating that they did, and that eventually evolved into what we now call the Acorn Project. So it's going to be a fun time in March.
Sounds like it. And that's just one of the events that you're planning.
Yeah. I sometimes think of this upcoming season as is it all in my head kind of season, because it's about imagination. It's about dreaming. It's about, how does this story make me who I am. We're opening with a production called Fabric of the Nation. It's going to be devised from work done over the summer and into the fall in theater engagement forums around the community, and it is really a reflection on, I suppose, the current state of affairs in the nation, and try to weave that fabric back together a little bit tighter and find ways of communicating and entering into dialogue instead of being maybe quite so divided.
So polarized.
Yeah, so polarized. And so it's going to be a fun investigation, really using theater for one of the things that it's designed for. And then there's the second production in the fall is called World Builders, and it's a two-hander. It's 2 actors on stage who are in a treatment center for their psychosis. And it sounds a little bit dark and heavy, and I suppose in some ways it is, but it's just sort of fun and glorious to look at their world and their decision about the inventions that they have going on in their heads, and whether they want to stay there or whether they want to join the world that you and I live in.
Which is the real world. Huh?
And which is the real world. How do we define real? Sure. And then Pippin, of course, we're closing the season with a fabulous and very famous musical, the Fosse musical. Pippin follows the life of Pippin and a young prince longing to find adventure, making a strange alliance with a group of travelers who take him on a magical journey to be very extraordinary. But we really don't know whether that journey is real or whether it's in his mind. Yeah, so fun times. And we're really glad that Kristen invited us down here, because the Lively Arts is often identified with the Ovations series, which you'll be hearing about soon, what the shows that are going to be involved in that public visitor series. But Lively Arts also supports the heck out of all of the College of Fine Arts events that are going on campus, and we're doing some pretty great things, and Kristen's helping us get the word out there.
There you go. This summer, I think folks by now have an idea that the campus doesn't exactly go quiet in the summertime.
No, it's not,
and certainly
not
around Fisher Auditorium and that whole neighborhood, the Performing Arts Center. You, I assume, have the Footlight Players ready to go this summer again?
Yeah, we're registering young people for Footlight Players at theater/footlight-players at IUP.edu. At any rate, we're going to have about 70 kids, staff of about 20, again, just making a lot of noise around Fisher Auditorium and Waller Hall. We have the 4 productions that we do in festival at the end of that 4-week program. But what's really cool about Footlight Players, and I really think that we're unique in a lot of ways in creating a program where all the kids get a role. Everybody, it doesn't matter whether you've been involved in theater. Sometimes some of our greatest triumphs are those kids that come around and give it a try. Maybe they're a little shy even, but love stories and love storytelling and want to come around. Maybe a few of them just want to build and paint and get involved in whatever it takes to make theater. It's a great social event too.
Find some things that maybe they didn't even know they had.
Exactly right.
Yeah. You stock up mostly on Tylenol or Motrin, or what is the headache pill of choice for you during those
my
weeks?
drug of choice is coffee.
Oh, okay then. All right. Anything else we need to know about?
Well, golly, there's lots of stuff going on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk a little bit more about Footlight Players then. The registrations are still open, and we still have about 15 or 20 places left in the Footlight Players group. We're after some big grants actually to expand Footlight Players next year, but this year we'll be starting up June 18th, ending July 15th, and it's a summer program for kids from 7 to 17. And we'll have day-long workshops and rehearsals. We start our day about 9 in the morning and end at 4. So it's a really great way to have kids have a summertime activity that dives deep. And they have a lot of fun.
You get help from schools around the area in order to get the kids.
Yeah, we send flyers
and
and programs out to there. So if this sounds interesting to families out there and they haven't heard about it, if their kids will just go to their school teachers and ask about Footlight Players, they'll get pointed in the right direction, I think.
All right, Holly, anything else going on in dance theater over the summer, or?
No, most of my dancers leave and do other jobs during
Heal
the summer.
up the blisters.
They try and get experience at amusement parks and working with places back home and stuff, just to kind of get more experience for their chops.
There's all kinds of opportunity out there, but you have to search it out.
You do have to, especially in dance. You have to search it out.
And every single one goes on a resume.
It does. No role, no job is too small to make an impact.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you both came in. Kristen, let's swing that microphone over to you here for a second. Brian mentioned the Ovations series and the entire Lively Arts season for next year. I assume you're working on that, and pretty soon we'll have some announcements.
Yep. Working feverishly on that right now.
Oh, you don't look too feverish.
Oh, yeah, I am. I do have acting experience, so I'm acting for you right now, acting energetic. But we're going to have a great season coming up. Some of the old favorites, you'll see a couple musicals on there, symphony, some events in Gorel, and, some new things too.
So we'll look forward to those announcements coming very soon.
Very excited about that. Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you all for coming today.
Thank you.
It's Indiana in the Morning. It's 101.1 FM, AM 1160.
Between car payments, repairs, and the price at the pump, it can price at the pump. It can price at